Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 for Week 3. My guest at this time is Mazino of KRU Esports, coming off of their victory over 2Game Esports in said week and in said competition. Mazino, congrats on the W, congrats on the victory, and congrats on continuing this unbeaten run in the group stage at Stage 1. You had to overcome a very a tough 2 game at the very end there in that final map of the series, but still, gotta ask you, how are you feeling?
And thank you first. And I'm feeling like happy, but still not like fulfilled. There is still a lot of things to work. There's still a lot of things to like improve, and there's a good like point because there's still work to do, and we can be even better. So yeah, we need to focus that, and we achieved this week's goal. So happy.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like it had the final map in Pro ended at 13-0, then obviously you'd probably be feeling much more better than it is right now. But like, given that 2 game kind of like won the next 6 rounds and kind of brought about a little bit of a thought of maybe of them coming back, it kind of like makes the feeling of victory a little less satisfying, right? Does it kind of feel like that?
Yeah, you kinda not really because we were playing like really good rounds. Like four of that six round we played really good, and they were just clutching up the situations. We were like trolling at the last part of the round. And yeah, they are a good team. They are good players. Of course, they're gonna have some rounds, some insane rounds, and they did. Um, yeah, at the end we closed it out. So
No, for sure. At the very end of the day, as you said, you guys keep walked away with the victory, and yeah, good stuff on that. And yeah, like we kind of saw a continuation of a few things that crew has been kind of cooking up so far in this stage. The return of the icebox, the return of that patented or um traditional composition, and then also the return of yourself on the harbor. And I mean, I've had an opportunity to talk to a few of your teammates and also even Adam, after you guys took down Sentinels, and they mentioned your contribution to the team with the Harbor. And I want to ask you, just sort of like, what kind of makes you such in which you are able to play so well on the agent while also playing well on the map? Because it kind of feels like you are mostly dominant in that map.
I don't really think a lot of that. I just like I like playing new agents. I like playing the game. I like playing like different agents, different like composition, etc. And I love playing Harbor because there is a lot of like you can do a lot of things with the kit. Yeah, the thing maybe it's because of there is a lot of chaos on some situations on Icebox, and I really like playing on Icebox on chaos and the team too. So yeah, I think maybe those two, like the chaos and a different composition from the other teams.
I mean, a few analysts and also like those same people that I talked to kind of mentioned you or called you as like one of the best hardware players in the world. Is that classification valid?
I think so. There are not many hardware players, so I hope so.
No, no, for sure. I understand the humbleness in that answer there, so definitely good on that. And yeah, like when the time came for you guys to play on Ascent, it was much more of a reverse kind of situation in which 2 game won that one, kind of in the same scoreline as in the time you guys won on Icebox. What do you think kind of went wrong there on the second map?
Uh, Mostly it was part of the like the defense. We didn't get like many rounds, and a huge part is on losing both pistols on both sides because our comp is like really strong on defense. And first we didn't get many rounds, and second we lost the attacking pistols, and they got an up like really fast or outlaw, and they used the snowball us from there, and we didn't have really an answer, so we need to work.
No, no, for sure. And from that point on, the the series went into pro, and then you guys closed it out on that aspect. And one part that I want to ask you about when it comes to looking at the team's kind of form is the growth of the map pool, because I feel like this has kind of been a major focus that you guys have been kind of have been aiming towards in this year, and Adam kind of meant put a spotlight onto that when I talked to him. And so, how much of a factor does that play into the strength of the team? You know, with a greater map pool and not having to have a perma ban, you know, against the rest of the league.
I think it's really strong not having a permanent. So that's on the first kickoff we had a permanent. So after that we talked and I said that, and the team agreed that we don't need a permanent. We need to play every map like a strong. We need to play like every map at a certain level that we feel like we can win against every team. Of course, we're gonna keep banning like the strongest maps of the enemy team, but we're confident on every map,
No, for
and
sure.
that's a huge boost on everything or every aspect.
I forgot to ask you this one thing about the series before I move on to another topic. You went for the deadlock. I mean, you haven't really played that much that agent at all. Like in recent times, we saw a return of that for you. If you can kind of share what was the thought process behind having you be put on that agent.
I did play the log, not this year, but last year I played the log on every ascent with Leviathan, and when the map went out of the map pool, of course we didn't play anything, and when it came back, I thought that I feel like the agent is still very strong on that map, and yeah, I feel like really comfortable, and as I said, I like playing new agents, different agents, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, as I said, you guys are continuing this group stage 3-0 now. After this week, we have matches against EG and 100 Thieves. I mean, a two-part question in this one: how confident is the team in order to continue this momentum to maybe at the very least finish with a record that puts you into playoffs? And also, like, how you kind of look at the road ahead? These two upcoming opponents in EG and 100 Thieves.
As I say every time, I don't really think different of any team. Like we just have the same objective against every team, that is to win. We give our best. Yeah, every opponent in the league is gonna be tough. So it's gonna be a fun match against those two teams. And after that, we're just gonna go like step by step.
Some people have been kind of calling this crew team as like one of the most strongest and also like one of the most cohesive, one with like the best vibes within the team because you've kind of been seeing that all throughout this season, the energy that kind of feeds into yourself and also for the rest of the other guys. How do you kind of look at that perception of the team? Do you feel like, your guys are definitely up there? Do you feel like this is the strongest version of crew so far in all of your career playing for this team?
I think of all my career, yeah, it is. And but we are not on our peak yet. And talking about the part of the being cohesive, yeah, we're like a family, like really. And we really like talk to each other. We say everything without like feeling attacked. We just say everything that's wrong to us. And yeah, we are really like we are friends. Outside, of course, where everyone is Chilean. So yeah, we have a really good question.
All right, for sure, man. Definitely looking forward to the continuation of that form into the next weeks of the season. I mean, when it comes to crew, I gotta ask you, like, what happened in during the week. I know you're already smiling, kind of already expecting the kind of question I'm gonna ask you. Messi. I mean, come on. There's no way for me to ignore that. What was that meeting like?
Yeah, it was something I will never forget because we went to his hotel as a team. Everyone, like the five players, the coach, and the two coaches and the manager, and they got us to like upstairs in the hotel so we can meet him privately because there were fans downstairs. They were waiting for Messi on a normal day. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. But it is what he makes to the people. And yeah, when we waited for him, and when he arrived, I see him, and it's a feeling like I haven't felt in my life. Like watching a superstar, like literally a superstar, the goat of the game, and yeah, it was something, as I said, I will never forget because we talked with him, we laughed with him, and he asked us things, we answered, of course, we asked him things, we took photos, autograph. It was amazing.
What was the one thing that you kind of asked him about or haven't gave him a question about?
Keston asked like, what's the main point for you to be on the top, you know? And he answered like the discipline and like to believe in yourself, like really believe in yourself, like that you're better than anyone, and just discipline and yeah, and having a good balance too.
No, for sure. I mean, when people looked at the photos of your team and Messi, everybody kind of like said like, "Oh, Messi's giving you guys the aura to do well in stage one." Do you feel like he's giving you that extra boost for the season?
Of course, a boost. Yeah, 100% is a boost. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're definitely hoping for that boost to play itself out in this season. Mazino, thank you so much for the interview, answering all of my questions and all of that other good stuff. Of course, best of luck for yourself and the rest of the team for the road ahead, man.
Thank you for having me.